Hey, what's up YouTube beauties? It's Tara Marie here. Thank you so much for clicking on my video. Today I have this very dramatic smoky cat eye with like a pop of blue eyeshadow tutorial for you. I had a lot of fun creating this. It did take a little bit of time, so be very patient with this eyeshadow tutorial. It does take a little bit more concentration than my other tutorials, but yeah, let's go ahead and jump right in it. And before you do, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button because I know you want to. And let's go ahead and get started. Hey, so I am so excited to get started on this look. I have an idea on like what I want, but I don't know exactly how it's going to turn out. I've never done it before, so I'm hoping it turns out good. What I'm going to do to start, as usual, I'm just going to take some of my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Tan Sand. And I'm going to use that to highlight my eyelid area and to prime our shadow.
Music licensing reimagined.
Next, what we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and take my Ace Beaute palette, and I'm going to be picking up the shade Cinnamon right here, and I'm going to be using that as my transition shade for today. Go ahead and scoot in a little close so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Making sure this is going not only like down to curve like around the eye shape, but we are going to be doing a wing for this. So I'm really kind of dragging this past the outer corner of my eye and really extending this to prepare us for the cut crease winged Egyptian goddess beat that we have going for today.
Reimagined.
And I don't want to be too heavy-handed with this. Oh, I said that and then I applied like a clump of color. But not too crazy with this. And we're going to be cleaning this up later as well, so you don't have to be like super precise with this color. So after you've gone ahead and done this, and I'm going almost all the way up to my brow bone, and I am going to highlight so we don't just look like we have eyeshadow all over the place. And then with this slightly more tapered fluffy brush, I'm going to go ahead and go in with this Nightingale palette by Pretty Vulgar, and I'm going to be picking up the shade Flip Out, which is this chocolatey brown shade right here, and using that to deepen up that transition shade that we applied down already, but not bringing it quite as high as that color Cinnamon that we put down first. And really remember to drag it past the eye. And like I said before, we will be cleaning this up. And then I'm going to go ahead and pick up the same brush that we used to put the cinnamon and just blend over top of that to blur any of those harsh lines.
Music licensing.
Next, we're going to go ahead and start really carving out that winged shape that we have going. And to do that, I'm going to pick up a slightly darker brown shade from the same Nightingale palette, and it is in the shade Swoop. And I'm going to be taking this pointed, it's like a medium size, more like medium size, like very, it kind of comes to like a point at the end to really help me kind of like tap out what the shape is going to look like. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with that. And with this shade, you do want to be more precise because this is what's really going to start to carve out that shape for us. So starting here on my inner corner, and you want to do this slightly above your actual crease, or else you won't really see the effect. So really being careful, drawing out this line, again right above our natural crease. And don't rush with this. I'm gonna go ahead and take my time. because we want this to come out nice and pretty.
Music licensing reimagined.
And after I have a good idea of what the shape is like, I'm going to take the same brush without adding any additional product on it. And I'm just going to slightly go over that to make sure the top part of that line is blended in to transition in between those other two shades that we put down, and kind of creating that wing, this wing shape on the outer corner. So now that we have that first kind of shape creating dark shade down, I'm going to go in with my angled brush and I'm going to pick up the black shadow in here, which is called All Nighter. And with this, you want to be super, super precise because this shade is what is really going to set off this kind of cat eye that we have going. So I'm going to go ahead and get a pretty good amount of this All Nighter on my brush, and then really go below, go like slightly below where we put the swoop shade, and be sure to, it's okay to get it blurred above where we put the black shade, but where it like starts to touch your lid, make sure that line stays nice and crisp. And I can't talk and do this at the same time because of, I kind of like, it's like eyeliner, like I need to concentrate when I do it, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do it, but speed it up so you can see what I'm doing still. And after we have that down, I'm going to go ahead and go back over top of each shade with the lighter shades that we have. So I'm going to go back in with Flip Out and take the same brush that you used to apply that and very gently go over the two darker shades. And then pick up the same brush that you used for Cinnamon, which was our transition shade, and apply that closest to your brow bone. This is so we don't lose all of those other colors that we put down already. So now that we have both of our eyelids cut out, or like the shape, the general shape of where this cut crease is gonna go, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up a very sturdy flat brush with a very thin tip to help apply this concealer a little bit better. And how I like to do my cut crease, I just grab my brush and pick up concealer off of the applicator, or like the little applicator one. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just follow right below this line from where we placed the black. And same thing as before, I can't do this and talk at the same time, so I'm just gonna speed up what I'm doing. So now that we have our winged eyeliner shape cut out, I'm gonna go ahead and put a white shade right on top of where we placed that concealer. And for that, I'm gonna use the shade Nocturnal from the same Pretty Vulgar palette, and I'm just gonna pick up a flat brush. And what I'm gonna do is press that shade everywhere we placed our concealer. And I really wanted this to be, I don't know, now that at first I thought, I was thinking like, oh, I definitely want this to be a matte shade. But now that I'm kind of placing it down. I feel like I wouldn't be mad if this had a little bit of like shimmer to it, you know? I don't know. Maybe I can add a little bit of glitter on top of this. Let's see, I'm gonna pick up Break Free, which is like the same exact color except for it has some shimmer in it. And I'm gonna place that on top instead. And I kind of like the shimmer, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and run with it. So I'm gonna place Break Free everywhere we place the concealer, and then use it underneath as well. And I'm gonna clean this up again. Like I said, I just want the top to like really follow where we put the same shade. All right, so here comes the fun part where we get to clean it up and make it look even better. I'm gonna go ahead and take just a small tissue and I'm gonna grab some Vaseline. I just don't wanna waste a makeup wipe because I already kind of wasted one after I got off work. I took off my work makeup to wash my face to then put on this makeup, so I don't wanna use like 10 makeup wipes in one day. So this works just as well. And what I'm gonna do is just clean up all of that fallout from underneath our eye. So getting a little bit of that Vaseline on our tissue and following the lower part of your, like, what is this? The bottom part of your eye. Just start there and continue to just follow that shape out. And you'll get this nice crease or like fresh line right there. And just play around with it until you get everything off. Also want to grab it to clean up anything that may have fallen underneath the eye on the inner corner, because we do not want any of that either. So our finished kind of eyeshadow look looks like this. So next what we're gonna do here is go ahead and pull this eyeshadow look together using a black liquid liner. And I'm just gonna go ahead and, let's see, first I'm gonna go ahead and pick up my mirror. And then I'm also, usually I don't show you guys how I do my wing liner, but for this one I am, because it's gonna be a slightly more dramatic winged eye look. So the eyeliner I'm using is by L'Oreal, their Voluminous Liner Nior pencil, or not pencil, sorry, eyeliner pen. And so I'm just going to begin drawing my line. And I want a pretty thick liner with this look. For me, I kind of like to start on the middle portion of my eyelid and then really drag it down. And then following the shape of the lower lash line, bringing it out to where our eyeshadow ends, and then bringing that line back and down our eye. So this is what our wing eyeliner is looking like. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the other eye. So now that we have our eyeliner on, I'm gonna go ahead and pop on my lashes. Today I'm using Lilly lashes in the Faux Mink collection. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop those on off camera. All right, so I popped on my lashes and I just went ahead and did my foundation and highlighting concealer, like contour as well off camera, because I don't want this video to be like super long. And I did my foundation and highlight and contour routine the same way that I do on all my other videos. So if you want to check out and see how I do my foundation routine, go ahead and hop over to another one of my makeup tutorial videos and you can see in full in-depth on how I do that. What I do want to do now is get into finishing the rest of the eyes. So I think I do want to put like a pop of color on this just to be fun. And for that, I'm going to be doing blue, and I'm going to be using my Alamar Cosmetics palette, and I'm going to be picking up the shade Verdadero. This blue shade right here, super beautiful, super gorgeous. And I'm gonna be picking up this tiny little like tapered brush And I'm gonna go ahead and start applying that to my lower lash line. Actually, and I think I'm gonna switch up my brush. I'm gonna use like this smaller, like slightly angled brush and pick up that Verdadero and start applying that to my lower lash line for a little pop of blue. This is so like, this is a little rock and roll too. Like I feel so rock and roll with this, but I love it. So I have the pop of blue there, and just go ahead and pop that on the other eye as well. Ooh, I got a little bit in my eye. All right, so after I have my pop of blue, I am gonna put black liner in my waterline as well. So the liner I'm using is by Vintage Cosmetics, and it's just like a regular black eyeliner pencil, and my eyes are watering, so I'm gonna like hop off camera and do this super fast. And then to finish smoking it out, I'm gonna pick up the same angled brush and black shadow that we used to cut our crease, and I'm just going to lightly press this black shadow right on the lash line to blend that black that we put in our waterline in with that blue that we placed. Just so that we have a nice smooth transition. And then to finish the eyes off, I'm going to take mascara and just apply one coat to the bottom lashes. And then also going to use my highlighter, and I always get mascara on my face. Use my highlighter that I'm going to be using today and use that to highlight my inner tear duct. Sorry, I'm going to grab this spoolie really quick to kind of get this mascara off. All right. And then I'm going to do my makeup routine a little backwards. I'm going, actually, no I'm not. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to my blush. And today I'm gonna be using Note in the shade Desert Rose right here. And use my flat face brush and just apply this right on to the apples of our cheeks. Give us a nice youthful rosy look, and then kind of take whatever is left and pop it over my nose. And then I'll go ahead and highlight. And today I'm using my Makeup Revolution Vivid Highlighter in the shade Golden Lights. And I'm just gonna take my highlighter brush and just highlight in the places where I would usually highlight. So right on my cheekbone there, on both sides, on the tip of my nose, and then I'll tap this along my bridge, and then just kind of tap it other places where I usually like a nice highlight. And then I'm just gonna pick up any old like brush and apply that same highlighter right into my tear duct. So our tear ducts are nice and highlighted as well. And then just popping a little bit of that underneath the brow bone. Just a little bit, because you don't want it to be too crazy, along with this already crazy eyeshadow look that we have going. And then for the lip today, I'm just gonna keep it nude. I'm gonna use my Mented Cosmetics lipstick in the shade Nude La La. And just apply this. Definitely want something nice and nude for this look. that is it. Thank you so much for joining me in this very long and drawn out eyeshadow makeup tutorial today. I hope you enjoyed this video. And please do not forget to hit the subscribe button below and give this video a thumbs up if you like this tutorial. And I'll catch you in my next video.